What we are talking about tonight is risk management. Now, usually, my usual practice, I will just go straight to showing you how to calculate your risk while trading. But I think that will not be effective enough if you don't talk about the psychology behind this risk management thing. You understand? And this is very important because sometimes as human beings, we don't do things well if we don't know the basis, you don't know the reason for doing them, or why it is important, or better still, if you cannot really connect it to what you want to achieve. Sometimes you don't really follow through. Yeah, so this is why I would like to start with the psychology of, psychology behind the risk management. Okay. And that means you may want to have a pen and paper to jot some thoughts. I mean, yeah, you have this video eventually, but then there are things that are important. You may want to note, to ask questions about later, maybe after the class, or at least to help you with your memory to always understand. And something that I would say that prompts a question in your mind or clarity, that you need clarity on. It's good to always jot things like that. Yeah, you have the video, like I said. That will be a problem. Okay, all right, guys. I think we need to start right away. Now, talking about risk management, guys. Talking about risk management. You see, it is like first of all, let me tell you, there is no Forex success without perfect risk management. As a matter of fact, the only success in Forex trading is actually built on risk management. Now, no one will succeed without good risk management. And that's why you see that a lot of people, you must have met people who say things like, oh yeah, I've been into Forex, yeah, but it's risky, I lost all my money. When they start using those languages, of course, they were taught how to trade. Probably some of them were not even taught. They were giving signals to them. I mean, they were getting signals, but they didn't teach them the risk management. Now, what people teach as risk management is just sending you a list where that comprises of that will have what do you call it, amount of money or type of funds and the corresponding lot size you should be using. Now, that is wrong. And I'll tell you why that is wrong. Now, you can't have, I can't tell you now that, hey, how much is the money you have there? Oh, I have $1,000. And I was like, oh, yeah, $1,000. I think you should use 0.1 for a lot size. It is wrong. You know why? What determines your lot size? So for the new ones, for the sake of the new ones, let me share a whiteboard. I don't like writing on the whiteboard, especially when I'm using a mobile phone. It's difficult, yes, but you just manage it as it comes, okay? Oh, sorry, I mean a whiteboard, not a screen. So what is a lot size? What is lot size actually? I know most of you already know. If you have seen all those videos or the link, if you've gone to the portal, you would have learned some of this thing. You've gone to your back office, of course, all these things will have been shared. But then lot size are just positions, lot size is, we call it lots, LOT. Okay, this lot simply talking about positions, your positions in the market. Position simply talking about the size of your order. So I'm giving you different names for lot size of your order. Okay. So if like say you're buying something in the market, are you ordering a pack of it, a carton, a truck of it, or a vessel? I mean, of course, you know what that means. Now, so this is how it works. So if you, let's say if you're going to buy a gas, let's say you're going to buy gas at the filling station. I'm using gas because I don't know, we have people from maybe different countries, but we call it petrol anyway. So if you're buying 10 liters and someone is buying 50 liters and the other person is buying 100 liters, okay? Now, if these three persons are transporting these 3 gallons, which are of different sizes, and there's a risk ahead, now you know that every one of them will be at risk, but the one that will lose more is the one with the highest risk, which is 100 gallons, right? But it is possible they have the same level of risk if only the one with the 100 gallons is using maybe 1% of his funds to buy that petrol. The one of the 10 gallons, the one of the 10 gallons is also using what? 1% of his own, while the one maybe 5 gallons is using 1% of his money to buy. So it means that it's not about the size of the trade, it's about the size of the account. So the size of the account determines the amount of risk you put in the market. That's first thing you need to know. Okay. Now, how will you now determine this level of risk? What will determine that is now the distance between your stop loss and your entry. I want you to take that, note that now, the distance between what? Your stop loss and your entry. So if the distance, I want to take it like this. The farther the distance between your entry and your stop loss, the lower your lot size. The shorter the distance is between the entry and your stop loss, the higher the lot size. So what determines the amount of lot size used in a particular trade is not actually the fund solely, it is actually dependent also on the stop loss sizes. So if someone will tell you that, oh, if you're having $1,000, use 0.1, if you're having this use, it can't be fixed because different trades comes with different stop loss, right? Some trades will come with stop loss of 50 pips, some will come with 30, some comes with 20, some come with 60. For example, those of you that took trades from the Telegram, that's the Forex and Manara trading channel on Telegram, which I invited most of you all of you to go check and take those trades. You see that it is indicated, the indicator always indicated how much pips in stop loss. You see that the indication, on Eminos, not on Manara, Eminos trade ideas, the Euro GBP on Eminos. It is indicated already 40 pips. So if you're taking a trade based on 40 pips, your lot size should be dependent on that. Okay. So that is first thing you need to know. So there's no fixed lot size for a particular fund. All right. I think since we've been able to get this clear and they get it out of the way, we can move on now on the psychology. So talking about the psychology of trading, guys, first thing you need to know is so tonight, let me put your mind straight so you know what we're going to be talking about. Number one, talk about the psychology of trading, of risk management. Number two, we'll talk about the rules guiding risk management. Okay, that is very important. And maybe three, we'll be talking about the mechanics. The mechanical part of it, or let's say the mechanics. That's just it. Let me use that word, mechanics. Okay, the calculation and all that. Okay, which of course we don't have to do that by the head. That's where I'll be bringing in the application that we use for that, and then I'll give you some examples. I think with that we are good to go. Or maybe I'll just add some things to it, and all that, and then you ask a question. Okay. All right. So in the meantime, let's go straight to the psychology now. When it comes to trading, okay, or generally when it comes to risk management, I always use this word. I always tell you guys that, see, first thing you think of is you should not, okay, you should not trade any money you cannot afford to lose. Oh, my mother is good. All right.
Professor.
I think I have to.
Who know what you do?
I need to mute everyone. Mute all. All right. So as I was saying, I said, never trade with the amount you cannot afford to lose. Any amount you cannot afford to lose, don't trade with it. Okay? Now, that is something you need to think about before you go into any trade. So if you have $100, for example, let's say you have $100 account. First of all, guys, let me tell you the truth. $100 account, $100 account, $100 account cannot trade normally. Should not be trading big pairs like gold. I've said that before. I mean, people who trade gold in actual sense, I mean, in real life, in real sense, in reality, should be having minimum of $1,000 and above. But anyway, thank God for leverage from the brokers. The leveraging. Some of you will be seeing leverage, but you don't know maybe what that really means, right? So leverage is, let's say you have $100. You have $100. And while you are opening your account on MT4 or Nextness, for example, I use Nextness and I recommend Nextness to a lot of people. So you see a pattern that will tell you leverage. You put a ratio like this, 200, 50, 2,000. I always tell people to use 2,000. The reason I tell them to use 2,000 is because of this small money. Now, what that means is this. Yes, this cannot trade in the market. Even normally, to enter the Forex market, you need millions of dollars, $100,000. But with the leverage, many of us can enter. So which means this $100 will be increased 2,000 times. So it will be trading the capacity of 2,000 times, which is when you add 20 to this, 20 to this one, that's $200,000, right? Now imagine. So which means without that, so if you have to be taking trades and you want to take positions, first of all, you can't even take one single position with $100. Not talk of taking two. But you know that some of you, with $100, even myself, taking about 3 positions, 4 positions, whatever positions. The higher the leverage, the more accessible this fund will be able to trade from the market, will be to the market. Do you get the point, right? So now there's always a downside. The downside is with higher leverage, it's easy for you to blow your account if the condition is if you don't know what you're doing, you're not following the risk management. Okay. So if you're not following the risk management, but if you're following the risk management, is a good thing. Okay, the leverage is a good thing. Now, so talking about psychology of trading, because there are 3 rules that I think I've told you that before, the fundamentals of risk management. Okay, the first thing is the reason why you use risk management in trading is number one, to secure your capital. Okay, so I'll use the word security. Number one, security. But you remember, that's why I say you judge, okay? You can judge because I won't be writing everything because it's not easy writing on the board like this. Huh? So security, to secure your capital. So secure your capital. Okay? So instead of secure, let me just write security. Security, okay? So you know when I say security, I'm talking about your capital, right? So the Y, okay, all right. Just take it as this. That's the Y there. Security, okay? Now, your capital is the most important part of your trade. As a matter of fact, it's the only thing that you have there. Do you know why it's important to secure your capital? Preserve it jealously. Because if you lose a trade, if you have enough capital, you will be able to trade another one. And when you see another trade, you may win and even make more profits that will cover the first loss and the second one. But if you have blown your account in the first trade, you won't have any other opportunity to take another trade. Let me give you an instance. Yesterday, my own personal signal, I'm talking about the channel. The channel was good yesterday, maybe. But my personal signal yesterday, for those who waited for the TP, it was bad for everyone, like including myself. Though I held the trade for a while to reduce the losses and all that, because I took a lot of course, my account is, so it's not a small account though. So I held it for like a day plus, to reduce the what's it called, the loss. The loss. So it was a loss. Now I learned that some people, and these people are people that used probably funded their account with 100 USD. They bleed their account in that trade. And the reason is simple, because they traded more than what they should be trading. And remember, every time I say a trade, I'll tell you, I'll say trade responsibly, risk management applied, or I'll say use small lot size. And I know why I say this, because I know a lot of people have smaller funds. Only a few people have like $1,500 and the rest of it. I mean, even those with the bigger fund, if they're not careful, they can lose their trade. So your capital is very important to preserve. And if you have that at the back of your mind, you know that the first thing is to create an avenue to secure your capital. So how do you secure your capital? Is it by not trading at all? No. It's by trading accurately. Trading with minimum, like I always say, minimum, you understand, of at least 1%. Some people trade with 0.5%, or maybe 3%, depending on your appetite, which I'll talk about later in the psychology. I don't want to put this down so you remember it will be the basis of everything I'm going to be talking tonight. Okay. Now, sorry guys. What am I doing? Okay. Yeah. Now the next thing is after you secure your capital, the next goal. So meaning in forex trading, the first thing is your capital, security of your capital. The second thing is, why is this not right? Okay, the second thing is what? Making profits. So securing your profits. Okay? Security of your profits. That's the second thing now. So how do you secure profit? Now, the moment you are in a trade and you see that, first of all, let's say when you see now you secure your capital when you see that the trade is not going your way. It keeps showing red. That's why we have stop loss. So stop loss will let you stop the trade where your fund can take, where your emotion can take. You understand? The level of emotion can take, the level of loss that your body, your system can take. Okay? So that's what the security is for. But the profit now is when the thing is now going your way, when the trade is going your way, the movement is in your direction, you start seeing the blue and all that. You always have in mind before you start trading, that's what we call trading plan, every day. How much are you targeting per day? How much in percentage? Now, if I'm going to trade, let's say for you all know that I'm going to be using more of my own personal signals because, so to be easy, because we have the channels, which is the major one. I want you to be focusing more on the academic channels, the official channels, not my trade. My trade is just to back up everything, okay? And I'm just saying, I'm using this as an example. So my trade now, you all know that I do London and US session. That's all I do every day. Now, so if you're in the London session, you know that, if I made, let's say you have $100 and you give yourself a target of 20% a day, if you make $10 on the first session, which is London session, even if it is not up to TP, it's okay if you close the trade in profit. Now, one thing about Forex, you can never make all the money in the market because the money is so big and the market is long. You get the point? So if you keep running after that, you may end up losing what you have together. So when you make this kind of profit, you can close the trade, or you will perform, or you will be applying what I'll be teaching you at the end of this class to secure the profit. Okay? And it's simple. To secure the profit is simple. The moment you make up to $10, you can move your stop loss very close to what the $10 is. So in case the trade is moving backward, it will close your trade for you, to close your position with those profits. That's how to secure profit. Now, the last thing which is important is maximization of profit. And that is the part where I see a lot of you hardly wait till your trade gets to CP1. And not because you have made enough money or you have hit your target as per percentage or your trading plan, just because of fear. So I talk about maximizing your profits. Maximize, okay? Sorry, is a continuation, okay? Maximize, okay? Now, do you know why you do that? Because you have over leverage and you are so scared. Anytime you use the right security for your capital, no matter how bad the market is, you already know your mind that worst case scenario, I lose this amount of money from my account. You have prepared yourself already. Remember, don't trade with the money you can afford to lose. So if you can afford to lose this amount of money, let's say out of your $100, you can afford to let go of $10, maybe $5 or $3. So that will not make you, so you'll be like, what? Worst case scenario, that's what it will take. So you won't be under tension or pressure. Okay? So that is why. So now, if you have that kind of mindset and you already know how to secure your profits, it will be easy for you to let the trade get to at least CP1 by itself before you close. Even if you take 1 hour, 2 hours, because you're not afraid. And if it rolls back, you won't be in loss. You won't be at loss after it rolls back because you have secured your profits by moving stop loss, which I will show you at the end of this class, okay? So that will give you room to maximize and enjoy at least TP1. In fact, I saw someone send me his trade today. This guy entered the trade at 1976.5 and closed it at 1976.9. I mean, you can imagine, we are in the same position. And I saw 0.1, like 10 cents. I mean, I was like, is this a trade? I mean, blue does not mean money. Not every blue means money. Well, 10 cents is money, but then you won't waste all that risk. You risk 3% of the money just to take 10 cents. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, isn't it? So knowing these backgrounds at the back of your mind, having it there will help you to put everything right. Now, that being said, guys, there are three things. Trading is based on what we call let me see. It's based on these parameters I'm going to be showing you now. I will share them with you. Number one, the market direction. That's risk management. I'm talking about risk management, you know. So there are 4 things you need to know about trading generally, you know, before you talk about markets, before you talk about the risk management. There are 4 things you need to know. So the first thing is the market direction. Okay? The market direction. I hate writing, I swear. I wish I could do this without writing anything. Market direction. I just want you to see something so you won't sleep on me. Market direction. Okay? Number 2, entry points. That is, entry point is where you execute your trade. Number 3, exit points. That's where you take your money. And number 4, using the correct risk management. If you can do this, if you know these 4 things, then you can handle your trade. I mean, you can handle trade ideas so easy. What did I mention? I want you guys to write. Don't let me write this one. It's too long and my fingers, maybe they are too big. You can't fit into the screen. I don't know. Yeah, just saying. I mean, just for now. Anyways. So I said 1, I'm going to be using acronyms. In market direction, ND. Okay, they say, oh, guys, we are buying. You know that you are going into a trade to buy, which means you're expecting to go up. So that will help you to prevent you from making any mistake. Okay, to click sell instead of buy. Number 2, when you know the direction, the next thing you need to know is what? Know your entry point. Very important. Some of you miss this entry point. You know, okay, I saw someone also show me a trade idea where I think the trade idea was given, okay, and I think this person got there late, so late that the trade was already getting to stop loss. Stop loss was 1972 area, and this person got there around 1972. Now, it could have been okay if that person know more about trading and that, okay, I entered at 1972, which is close to stop loss, and the person will shift our own stop loss maybe to like 1970 away from this point, because this trade is supposed to go up, buy. Direction is supposed to be up. So that means stop loss will be lower than the entry point. But the direction is sell, stop loss will be higher than the entry point, right? So now, do you know that this person entered the entry 1972, and because the stop loss given on that trade idea, on that setup in the group was 1972, she also entered 1972. So it means she entered 1972 and put the stop loss 1972, and within seconds, she was out of the trade with loss because I mean, she entered the same time and put the exit the same time, using the same door. So knowing your entry point is very important. And now knowing how to execute. I will show you all of this at the end of this training during the practical part. Then exits. Exit point is where you take your money, which of course is very important as well. That's where you set your TP. Set your TP. Okay? No, don't just see money and then let it go like that. Sometimes, if I'm in a trade and I intend to make $100 on the trade, and I see some good $40, I'll think about it. If I see the way the market is and there's not much confidence, I mean, in the market, maybe the news, like what gold has been doing since last week, let me tell you the truth, that is not technical actually. It's being influenced by so many news, the Russia versus Ukraine issue, any rocket launch like this will affect the dollar. In fact, the worst one was the one that happened was that day we lost. The reason we lost that trade was not because I'm not good at what I do. I mean, do you know why we lost that trade? Dollar was going up. And normally when dollar goes up, what happens? Gold will go down because if you are trading 2 pairs, okay? So it's like banking on, if one is strong, the other will be weak. If the other one is weak, the other one will be strong. So gold was flying up, and that's like very rare event that you see that kind of thing. How can just like 2 boxers are fighting, and both are giving the same numbers of knockouts, the same number of punches, the same number of everything. I mean, you get. So gold was on its way up, And sorry, dollar was going up, and gold was supposed to go down. That was why I said, guys, let's sell. And I was confident, though I was right a bit because I told you just that it was too high for most of us that entered early. I said that when it gets to 1970, around 1980, that will come down from that area. And it did from that green zone, right? It did. It actually came way down, right? But it was too late and too long, too exhausting, stressful, even for me, But that's not the point. What I'm trying to make is this, that taking your own entry point is very important, exit point is very important. So sometimes when you see that the market is like going up and down many times, you take your money. I mean, it's your money. It's better. It's better than it's better than 10,000 in the bush, isn't it? So exit point is very important. Just like entry point is important. So exit point 2 is EP2. That's entry and exit, right? The last but not the least is the one that we're talking about now. The risk management, accurate, must be accurate and absolute. Okay. Now, this is it. So if you want to succeed in this thing that we are doing, this academy, you want to make big money, you have to follow instructions. Some of you don't follow instructions. That's another thing. When you say close this trade, some will still leave it. They'll say leave this trade, some will close it early. Well, it's okay. But my own is whatever thing you follow, just make sure it's a profit for you, is favoring you, right? I mean, if it's okay, if you're okay with it, with the profit, it's okay. I mean, I won't feel bad. But if it's in loss, I mean, that's not good because it should be like, I mean, join the academy. Our job as your mentors, as your coaches, is to help you and guide you and make sure you make money. That was why you joined. And that we want to deliver, but you need to help us, right? To make that happen. So you need to follow instruction. You don't deviate from the plan. Okay. Now, the goal of risk management is to what? Is to keep your losses small. The goal of risk management is not to make you lose at all. I mean, in Forex trading, it is a must. Losing is part of it. Losing is part of just like every business. If you're in any business and you're afraid of losing, don't even do business at all. Don't even do anything at all. You get my point, right? So it's like two sides of the coin. It must happen. It's like you want rain, you don't want the sun. I mean, this is not possible. You understand what I'm saying? So the risk management is not really to stop you from losing, rather is to keep your losses so small, such that you have enough money, enough equity to keep trading in the event of losing trade. So let's say, like I said, those who blew their account yesterday, they couldn't trade today and make the profit we made today. Now, if maybe they were able to cut their losses yesterday, they probably could have recovered all that they lost yesterday, or even some part of it, like I did today. I recovered most, maybe some part of it. I would say most. I would say most, yeah, most. And it's more than 60%. You get what I'm saying, right? So which means in tomorrow, I'll make more and I'll be way in profit again. Do you get the point? So now the question is, if I had mismanaged my risk and I've blown the whole money, I would have had the chance. Not just that, some did not exit yesterday's trade, even when I told them that, guys, let's just cut our losses and exit that trade. So because they didn't do that, they could not join the trade we did today, and they were seeing profits and they could not take any profits. They were still in red. Hope you get what I'm saying, right? So that is why you need to keep that in mind, that risk management is not about what? Not losing at all. It's just that it helps you to keep your losses so small that it won't affect your psyche. It won't affect your emotion. The moment your emotion is tampered with, I mean, what is the essence of trading and praying at the same time? I mean, you're trading, your heart is up, you're trading, you're looking for a BP drug. I mean, you're trading and it won't be what's it called? It won't be enjoyable at all, because the essence is to enjoy the experience. I hope you guys are getting me right. I hope you're getting me right. Also, at least I hope you're writing all of this. The first thing I said, risk management is not about you not losing money. It's about ensuring you not losing so much money, meaning keeping your losses so small. Okay. Now, the second thing again about risk management, I want you to write this also. You see, I mean, talking about psychology of risk management, the psychology is what I'm dealing with now. It's not really about as in trading. When you are trading Forex, it's not really about how much you invest. It's not really about how much you invest. or how huge your profit is from the beginning. Let me tell you, there are some people that will make big profits and I will not be impressed. When I see it, I will just look. See, guys, I want you to know this today so you know what you'll be posting on the group. When you post your results, really, I'm not after how much you make. That's why even if someone is making $2, so long they did it right, I will praise that person compared to somebody who's making $100 doing it wrong. I mean, I'm not saying you should not make $100. I pray and I want you to make even $1 million on my trades. I'll be happy. I mean, that'll be my pride as well, right? But so long you are doing it right, to make that money. My feedback. If you really appreciate what I do and you want to appreciate me, I'm not asking you to give me money. I don't need it. I need money, but not technically from you or charging you for anything. I mean, you are in my team, right? It's my job to protect and work with you, right? But what I want is post the results. So that will help encourage other people, you understand, that are in the group as well. Okay? But then when I say post the result, not that you open a demo account and you'll be using 10 lot sizes, 20 lot sizes. I mean, it's crazy. That is not, it's nonsense. So, because some people always the point, they think money you make that impresses us. No, it's how you make the money. Because for me, I've been in this game for long that I know that if you are over leveraging and you win today, is a loss actually to you, not a win. It's better when you over leverage, so you learn your lesson and then you stop over leveraging. Maybe you start cutting your risk, right? Then you do it wrong. You over leverage, which means you're using the wrong risk management, no risk management at all, and you now win. It develops it develops into a habit for you. And when it's habitual, you keep doing it. And I know that the next trade is going to be a loss. And when it's a loss, you're going to lose all your money. The same, if you make $100 today by over leveraging, by doing it wrongly, by not applying your risk management, you lose $300 tomorrow the same way. And the only reason why people keep on doing the wrong thing continuously the same way is when they win and they get away with it. But when you lose the first time, you want to be humble enough to learn. So get it right. So the psychology again, number 2 is trading is not about how much you invest or how much or how huge your profit is from the beginning. But what is it about, guys? Would you like to know what it's about? It is mainly about how fast and consistent you develop the skill set. First of all, is the skills that you develop, the skill set, how to take the trade, how to manage your risk, how to be disciplined, and how to, all these things are very important because what is about Forex? You will always make money. Maybe you don't know. Forex generates over $7 trillion every day. So you are trading in the market over $7 trillion daily basis. How can you always, there's enough money for you to make. But first, you need to acquire the skill because if you're going because of the profit or because of the money, you keep losing. But if you're going because you want to acquire the skills, so the skill will attract the money for you, then you keep winning. Do you get? So how do you know you have gotten the skill set, guys? The moment you can develop a small account into a big account, small account into a big account, then on the group. Maybe he didn't know that we will know, or he doesn't even know. I don't know. Just posted a over leverage. I think I don't know, he over leveraged, and there's a lot of money being made. But what he failed to see, or what he failed to check before posting was, in that same money, he deposited about, I think, $20,000, and he claimed that he made profit, but the profit on that thing was about $9,000. So the money was supposed to go to, sorry, the profit was about $5,000. So the total balance should be 25,000, right? But guess what? We saw minus $9,000. And the total balance was $10,000. Despite that, there's a profit of 5,000. So you know what that means? That means he has lost over $9,000 before using that same strategy. So his fund is actually going backward not forward. And in Forex, it's not about just coming to trade. It's about losing forward. So when you lose forward. How do you lose forward? Let's say you start with $1,000. Okay, start with $1,000. And let's say you lose $100. It goes back to 900. Then the next day, you trade, it goes to 1,200. The day after that, you trade, it goes to 1,500. The day after that, you lose maybe 200, it goes back to 1,300. Now, you are progressing because the truth is you started with 1,000, now you're at 1,300. So don't look at the 200 and start destroying your emotion. And because of that, you take wrong decision and then you lose all your money. See, this 1,300 from 1,000 to 1,300 is actually what they call the skill set. Then gradually it keeps going. Before you know it, it's 5,000, 10,000, and then it goes on like that. Right. So these are the things you need to know when it comes to psychology of what? Of psychology of risk management. Okay. So now, in summary of that, skill development in Forex is the ability to build a small account into what? A big account consistently. Or if you have, that does not say you should not, maybe if you have big money, big account, let's say you have big fund, you can start with big money as well if you have it, fine. But ability to develop that big money into a bigger account is what they call the skill development. And if you have a bigger account, ability to develop it into a bigger, much bigger account, that's how it goes. It's not really about making all the money in a day. Make it bit by bit gradually and be consistent, and making sure that your losses are very small compared to your wins. That's how you progress. Okay? Now, so the only way you can achieve all these things I've mentioned, these guys, is what? Number one, you have to be patient, you have to be disciplined, you have to be consistent, and also using correct risk management. Now, talking about correct risk management, I'm going to take you straight to how to make that happen. Okay? I'm going to take you to how to make that happen. Now, let me show you straight the app. I'm going to share my screen now. Or better still, what I always like to do, I always like somebody who is new to share their screen while I show that person how to do this. You know, I guide the person and then we make it happen. So is there anybody who will volunteer? Who is willing to do that? Share your screen and then I guide you downloading the app and then we plan all this together in practical. Let me close this so I can see what's going on in the group. All right, let me check the messages. So please, if there's anybody who is willing to share your screen, can I see you put a 1 in the chat box? You can share your screen. Or if you're willing to share your screen. So, I mean, but the good thing is it helps you better because you understand it better, even more than every other person. So if you are ready, please. I need an answer. I need it fast. I need an answer and I need it fast. All right, Precious. Thank you. All right, so I will allow you to share your screen. Let me share. So click the share button. Can you see the share button on your screen? Let me unmute you. I mean, just you and I will talk. Where is Precious? Okay, right. Okay, I've unmuted. Now you're unmuted. All right. So look at the share button at the bottom of your screen. Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So now you go to, I think you use an iPhone, so you go to App Store. Go to App Store. So if you use an Android, you use Play Store. Okay. Go to App Store. I mean, before now, we used to calculate this by ourselves. Thank God for the app. It makes this easier. So you type FX calculator. FX calculator.
FS.
Yes, FX, like X for xylophone. Yes. No, not Forex. FX. F and X. Not Forex. F and X. All right. Can you move my, okay, that's it. See the one that is F and X, the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to say you should move my profile picture. You should move it away from there so you can see. Just that's it. Get. So guys, can you see the logo? Because a lot of them will come up for you, but this is the one you will choose. Look at how it looks. You can screenshot so you won't forget, or you can download to while we do this on your own phone as well.
Open.
All right, good. Open. So guys, you go to open. So when you open, can you move my picture away? Maybe a bit low or somewhere. All right. Okay, now it is opened, right? Yeah, welcome. Let's manage this was all right, good. So tap on it. Let me see. It's supposed to take you away from here. Is there anything like next and all that?
Yeah, it says
Okay, yeah, this is select your country. Your currency, sorry, I said country. Yeah, the country. No, currency, yes, USD. We use USD. No, USD now. On the trading is based in USD, right? So now that you've done that, what's the next thing? What do you have there?
Stop purchase.
Okay. No. You don't need this. You just go next. You are creating an account. Fine. Guys, can you see it now? So this is what you do, and then it's created already. Remember, denomination is what? In USD. Now, of all of this, they are very important, but you don't need to focus on this now as a beginner, as a newbie. You will learn all of that, other calculations later, okay, as you get better in trading, okay? But the one you focus on here is what? Position size. Okay? Tap on the position size. I want you all to take notes. Position size. Now, what's the meaning of position size? It's talking about the trading size. How far are you willing to go, depending on the fund that you have, okay? And then the stop loss, like I said. Now, so these are the things you do. So for example, you're already here. The first thing is to fill in the currency, which is USD, is there on default already because we did that from the beginning. The second thing is the financial instrument you are trading. So let's use gold, for example. Or before you do anything, don't worry, just hold on, go back. Now go to any of the channels on Telegram. Let's pick a trade from there and just use it to calculate. Or you go to the group. That's our group where I send signals. Anyway, all right, good. Let's use Manara group. Now, Euro GBP. Tap on the picture. Tap on the image, sorry. So you zoom it so you can see the screen, you can see the parameters very well. This is how you take trade from Manara bots. Okay, is the image you tap on, then you zoom it. Okay, now, so we're going to be taking a trade on Euro GBP. Okay, now, so first thing is the instrument, right? So what is the instrument now? Euro GBP. So you go straight to that app and punch in on the instrument, financial instrument. You look for Euro GBP. Let's go do that. Euro GBP. All right. Now, account size is relative. So depending, so if your money, so let's say your account size is, no, just give me a number, give me a figure, precious. Just tell me whatever account size that you think, I mean, you want to put, just let me know. Put it there. Just put any account size that feels good, that you're okay with. Just put it there.
Okay.
So remember, this part This part is based on how much you have in your MetaTrader flow. Okay. All right. $100. Okay. Now, first of all, I want you to note this. Now, for us to practice the risk management, which is between the 1 to 3%, what do you call it now? The boundary is just between that that's minimum 1%, 3%. You can't do that with $100. So what we do is with $100, except you increase maybe at least 5%. Okay, that's where you can trade. You know, I told you that $100 like it's small to trade with, but in order to do that, apart from leverage, you have to increase the percentage. But that's beside the point. I just wanted to know. All right, so you punch in the amount in there. Now, the next thing you have is amount at risk. Now, this is asking you that how much are you willing to risk from this $100? Precious. How much do you know that from this $100? If it's going to be a loss, it won't affect your emotion. And how much can you afford? That okay,
Like-
from this my $100. See?
Like $10.
All right, so that's 10%. Now, so you go up, go back up, stay there. Now you said $10. So you put $10 because it's amount at risk. Now, but in a situation sometimes, you may not want to do it by amount, you may want to do it by percentage, depending on how you like it. Now, this is relative to everybody. It means if you may choose to do it percentage in percentile, while somebody else chooses to do it in amount by using the amount, right? So in order to change it from amount to percentage back to amount, you see the 3 dots on your far right, 3 white dots, yes. You tap on it,
Yeah.
this option.
Percentage.
So choose the percentage now. So let's say you choose a percentage. Now, for people who are not good with math, they may not like the percentage. They may say, okay, at least I know I can afford to lose $8, $10, $15, you know. But for somebody who can still do the percentage, it's always easier with percentage anyways. Like, oh, I only want to risk 10% of my account. So you put 10. Since you said $10, so you put 10%. Good. Now, guys, you know, I told you something is paramount to your risk management, right? And I said the stop loss. You see now? So imagine you can't have a fixed position for an account size. It's dependent on the stop loss of the trade you are going to take. Now, looking at the stop loss there, this is telling you stop loss. And if you look at the units on the far right, it's saying pips. So which means it is assumed that if you know the number of pips already, you can put it. But since you guys are new, you don't know the number of pips. So what do you do? Now go to that far right, the 3 dots. No, it is optional. So check the option and choose price. Change the pips to price. In the event where the guy, the coach giving you the signals, they don't always put the pips. Okay, maybe you only put, like me now, I only send you the entry and the stop loss price. So this is what you'll be using. But there are some like Eminence Trade Idea, which you will see later on. He always gives pips to his own trade idea. So such you can use pips. But this price is what is common with many people because this is what they give, right? So now let's go back to Manara. Check the entry price and you determine which. So the entry price there is, what is the entry price? Questions.
0.8653.
Good. So you go there and enter that into that space.
Okay.
Good. Now the stop loss. What's the stop loss? Copy that. What's the stop loss?
0.8644.
Good. Awesome. You put in the stop. All right. Now, as you've done this, this is your part. This is all you need to do. As soon as you've done this, the result is already given to you below. Now, scroll down, and I'll tell you where you focus on. Guys, you don't need to focus on any other thing there. The first thing you focus on is the amount at risk. So the system is already telling you 10% of your money is $10. So this is showing you what's worst case scenario. If the trade doesn't go your way, this is the amount that will go. Okay. Now it's also telling you the number of stop loss. Can you imagine? It's telling you the number of stop loss in pips. It's saying the stop loss in pips is what? 9 pips. Just 9 pips. Good. So with this kind of trade now, it will allow you to take enough position. You know, remember I told you before, I said the lower your stop loss in pips, the higher your lot size. Now look at it now. For a $100 account, depending targeting 10% of the account, the lot you use. So what will you choose on all of these things you are seeing? You don't need to check the position size. You don't need that. What you need to focus on is what? Standard lot. That's all. Remember, guys, standard lot. Always check only your standard lot. Standard lot is the lot size you'll be using in that trade. So it's telling you now that this is what it's telling you that now your lot size will be what? 0.086, which is as good as 0.09. Hope you get that, Precious, right?
Yes.
Now, how are you going to use this? Now, let's go to your MetaTrader 4. Do you have a demo account?
No.
No worry, go there. It's just create one. Or better still, don't worry, you don't have to create. We're not going to enter the trade, you just put it in. So how do you enter this information, guys? You already have other parameters. The reason why you went to that FX calculator is to know your lot size to use. So you won't lose more than $10, right? If there's a losing trade. But if it's a winning trade, you will make more money, isn't it? Good. So let's look for Euro GBP. You need to take care of this, your what's it called? MT4. So quickly, let's do that. Let's do that. So you won't be having issues. Now look at the top. So this is I think it's different with the iPhone. Okay, let me see. Hold on. I'm looking for, okay, look at that pen on your left, top left. Click on it. That's edit. So tick all these, most of these pen, just tick all of them. Tick all of them, except keep ticking. I'll tell you the one to leave. Keep ticking everything. Continue ticking. Tick. Leave that. Leave odd chef. No. Leave odd chef. Leave odd. Odd chef. AUD. No, AUD CHF.
Okay.
Before the one. Yeah. No. Is that both? Before the USD CNZK. Look at AUD CHF and EUR AUD at the top. Yeah, there. Open that here.
Which one?
Check that. The one AUD CHF you are seeing there. AUD CHF.
Okay.
And then the next one after it. Now GBP USD. Uncheck that. Uncheck XAU USD. All right. Euro JPY, leave that. Okay, check GBP USX. Leave the GBP card, leave that one. Check Euro SGD. Now scroll down. Is that all?
Yeah.
Is that the end? All right, cool.
Yes.
Click on that delete icon to remove all those other ones. Good. Now you can go back now. So this time around, yeah, you can go back. You're done. Just click the back button. All right. Now we need Euro GBP. So you don't have it on the list. So what do? You click on the plus sign on the far right. Type Euro GBP. EURO GBP. No. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Tap it. Good. Now go back. Go back is already there. All right. So this is what you want to trade, right? So now open the trade. You know how to do that, right?
Yes.
Tap and hold. Click trade. Now calm down. Remember not to click sell by market or anything. We just want to show you how to use the lot size, right? Remember your lot size for this trade, right? So go to that calculator, check your stop loss, or go to Manara itself. Manara, check your stop loss, check your take profits, take those ones in first. Now, as a beginner, always take TP1. Use TP1. Only take TP1. So use TP1.
Which one should I take?
TP1 as your take profits. You will take the entry, you take the stop loss. You know, those things are already there. Just to fill them in. So you take target one, 8676. Okay, first of all, start with the entry.
Okay.
Go and input the entry. Input the entry. 865, what? 8653. And then, so let me do it. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, guys. I want to tell you something. Now, if that trade is a market execution, so you see, what is it now? Is 8657. So let's assume that the present price is around that 8 what again?
8653.
8653. So you enter the trade. I mean, so what you need to put in now is stop loss 8644. Put in the stop loss 8644. And the profit is what is the profit again? I can't remember. It's there. Target one. 8676.
76.
Yeah. So now we have done this. Remember, your lot size is what? 0.09. It's actually 0.086. Okay, so you can use 0.08 or 0.09. So let's use 0.08. So you type in 0.08 on the lot size. So where you have 0.02, that's where the lot size is. So you change it to 0.08. Yes.
It's
Then you take the trade. Right? No, don't take it to. I'm just saying. Okay. So I hope you all get this, right? So you take the trade. Now, in the event of, sometimes when we enter a trade, it doesn't immediately start going our way. It first goes against us when you start seeing red, right? So because of that, so what we do in this situation is this 0.08, which is your the maximum, that's the limit of risk you can take on this one, for you to be able to capture all your risk size in $10, right? Now, what we always tell people to do is you can divide this, you can split this 0.08 into 8 places, into 4 places, into maybe just think of any number you want to. So long is within 0.08. So what does that mean? So for example, let's say you want to enter now, you may decide to choose 0.02 now. Then when you see it go, this trade is supposed to go what? Supposed to go up, right? We're expected to go up. So up is your direction. If it goes up, you make money. The higher you go, the more money you make, right? Now, so let's say the trade is down now. You want to enter it from here. You can just use 0.02. Now, we're expecting it to go up. It's now going further down instead of going up, which is against us now. What do? You enter another 0.02 below. Then you enter another 0.02. If it keeps going like that, before you know, you have like 4 positions already, which when you put together is still 0.08. The moment you see that the 4 positions are, the positions are now 4 based on the number you use. If you use 0.01, meaning you can use it 8 times. If you use 0.02, you can use it what? 4 times. If you use 0.04, you can only do 2 positions. Hope you all get impressions. You get what I'm asking, right?
Yeah.
So what it means is this: you enter this trade now with 0.04. Then when you see another entry below going against, you enter another one there, and that is it. The rest you hope it goes up, and so you can take your profit when it gets there. That's how to impute your risk when it comes to risk management. And let's take the second type of order, the one that comes with the pips, stop loss and pips. So let's go back to the Forex calculator. Let's go back to the Forex calculator. Now, are you on Telegram Signals group? Like, go to Eminos Trade Ideas.
I only have Manera.
Really?
Yeah.
Most of you are just, let's see your money fly. I mean, when you paid for this, you paid just for Manara, you have access to all of this stuff. And I sent the video to the group. on how to join all these groups. Okay.
Okay.
So go to the WhatsApp group. You're on the WhatsApp group, right?
Yeah.
The one that sends signals. Okay, go there. Let's pick. Oh, you can't go there because this example will not work. All right, let's do something. And I need to show this example to everyone. Let me screenshot it and send to how. Okay, I think you can go to the group. Go to Team Cornucopia group. I think I sent something like that. Go to the group. Go to Cornucopia group. Yes. Go up. Keep going up. I think I sent. Keep scrolling. Keep going. Hold on. Not too fast. All right. Yeah, that's it. You're too fast. Okay, that's not the one. No, not the signal group. This signal group. No, go to the cornucopia group, not the signal group. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So scroll up. Scroll up. Keep scrolling. I think I did that. Keep scrolling. Okay. Hold on. That's it. Come back. All right. See, guys, can you see it now? So look at that. Now this one saying GBP card, GBP CAD, buy limit. Can you see it? So use these parameters now. Now go to the Forex calculator. Let's use this. So you need just the entry price. So in this one now, go to the position size. Let's look for GBP card position size. Now change the financial instrument to GBP CAD. Tap on it. Good. Now the account size is still the same. Now this time around, you're still using 10%. Now go back to that idea. You see that in that idea, they already told you how much pips is your stop loss, which is superb. That makes it faster. Right. When you have ideas where those things are already written. So look at it. SL in brackets. They already told you how many pips, right? 45 pips, isn't it? What do? Go back to the calculator. So that's the second method now, meaning this time around, you'll not be using the entry price, stop loss price, because you already have the number. The reason why you use that is to know the number. What do? You go to that 3 dots on the far right of the entry price.
Entry price.
So you have the entry price, far right, and change it to pips. Now it's back to pips. So what do? Type in 45. That's stop loss. You type in 45. The stop loss is written there already, 45.
45.
So in the case where it is indicated how many pips is the stop loss, you don't need to enter entry price and the what do you call the stop loss. So you just come in here and change it to pips and you enter 40 pips. So let's go down and see the results. You see how much lot size each represent. Now look at the standard lot. Remember standard lot, right? Still at $10 risk. So he's saying that you can only use 0.029, which is like 0.03 approximately, or you just take with 0.02 on this trade. So when you want to enter it, just like you did for the Euro GBP, you either divide it into 2, or you determine to use it once. So when you have only one position, or you determine to have 2 positions. Hope you understand questions, right?
Yes.
All right, good. So if you do understand that, now there's something I want to teach us also about risk management. Now, this is how to use the Forex calculator, everybody. If you have any question, put it on the chat box, put it in the chat box. I'll answer you on this Forex calculator. Make sure you download it. And this is how to fill in the parameters. Okay. Now, quickly, I want to teach us something. Remember, from the beginning of this explanation, I told you guys, I said 3 things to do. Number 1 is what? Can you remind me, Precious? Number 1.
In
When I talk about As in the three things that are very important why we take risk management. Why do we do risk management? To do what? Number one, to secure your capital, right? Security of your capital. I said that maybe if you join me with us from the beginning, you know that, right? So how do you secure your capital now? By doing what you just did. Guys, I hope you're all listening and learning. What he has just done is secure your capital, which means Precious know already that he knows that he only has what? $100. And from this $100, he doesn't want to use it at once. And he still wants to use that $100 to have $1,000. He wants to develop into 1,000. And before he can develop $100 to $1,000, you need to have the $100, at least have some funds intact. Now, to make that happen, you have to prevent, he's now trying to prevent himself from losing too much. Okay, let me give you an instance. And if Precious, let's say Precious doesn't know anything about risk management, it will just be entering the trade. I saw someone who entered a trade with $100, entering for 0.1. Now, what you don't know is this. When it comes to risk management, you need to learn this. Let me show you something. I think I like it. Oh, well, I mean, I'm supposed to be the one showing you this. Okay, I'll show you that later. But I'll just say it verbally now. I mean, I want you because I don't want you to stop sharing because I wanted to do the next thing. Okay? So in Forex, guys, I want you to know something. Anytime you use 0.01 or 0.0, so you start from 0.01 up until 0.09. The moment you go further, it's going to be 0.1. So the zero now before the decimal point is no more there. Now, if it's still 0.0, okay, for every pip counts. Let's say 0.01, 0.02. Whatever value you have for your stop loss, you divide it by 10. You get the point. So if you have 45 stop loss, like this one that you did now, stop loss is 45 pips. But I think Precious Network took him out. Okay, what he just did now, okay, let me just share my board before he comes back. Before he gets back, let me share my board. So you see, I don't want to be saying verbally, you don't understand. Let me share what I'm saying. So guys, this is how it works. And for you to learn this thing, you need to go to watch the Forex and Manara back office. And you will learn more about pips. Okay, so let me show you. So if you are using 0.01, okay, that 0.01 is equivalent to 10 cents. 10 cents is like this. 10 cents, like you know, $1 is one, right? 10 cents is like 0.1. 0.1 was $0.1. Okay, S. Now, if you are using 0.1 for your lot size, this lot size, forgive my writing, this lot size, and this is USD. Okay, so 0.1 equals 1 USD. 1 equals 10 USD. I'll just hope you understand. So when you use 0.1 as your lot, it means what do you call it? It means 10 cents, which is 0.1 USD. When you use 0.1 lot, it means $1 per pip. When you use one Sorry, guys, I got taken out as well. All right, as I was saying, let me go back to the whiteboard. Let me go back to the whiteboard. So I was saying that 0. Remember I said lot. What is lot again? Your position size, right? We call it lot size. And then this is USD. This is the amount. It's worth. We're talking about the worth of each lot, right? So if your lot size is 0.01, that means that's like 10 cents, which is 0.1 USD. If your lot size is 0.1, that means that means $1. Okay, for every pip. If your lot size is one lot size is equal to what? $10 per pips. Now, if this person is losing the trade, right? And he's using 0.01, what do you do? How do you calculate the amount he's losing? So the equivalent of 0.01, but remember, $100 that Precious calculated the result was 0.02, not 0.01. You know, so 0.02 also means the same thing as this. So 0.02 means what? $0.2, which means 20 cents, not 10 cents. So what does that mean? That means if he's going to lose the trade, you multiply 45 times 0.2. If you all do the calculation yourself, you see that you'll be having $9. So it means if this trade does not go his way, what happens? He will lose only $9 from his $100, which is okay. I mean, for him to, so with this size of trade, he can still take this trade 9 times. He can take 9 consecutive trades. So imagine, it's not possible for him to lose 9 consecutively, because the next trade may favor him and he will make profits that will cover both this and the previous. Or maybe the next 2 trades will cover. Do you see it now? Hope you understand. But if he wins the trade, what happens? If he wins the trade, what happens? Let's look at it. Remember, in that trade that he tried to copy, they wrote there TP 60 pips. The TP is 60 pips, not 45. If he loses, he's going to lose 45 pips. If he wins, he's going to win 60 pips. It's written there. Okay, you don't need to calculate that. The owner of the setup already calculated, right? So what does 60 pips mean now? So remember, it's 0.02, right? 60 pips means times 0.02 equals $0.2, which means 20 cents. So this is 20 cents now. 0.2 is 20 cents. So when you multiply this, how much would that be? That is $12. So if he wins the trade, it's going to make $12. But if you lose the trade, what happens? He loses $9. He loses $9. Hope you understand it now. Now, you see, so his risk was $9. Meanwhile, his profit will be $12. So he makes more money when he wins, and he loses just small money when he lost. Okay? Whenever he lost the trade, you only lose smaller money. So the profit is always bigger than the risk size. If only you follow risk management, you won't be having any problem, guys. So that is that about lot size and pips for now. You go and watch the video to understand better. And what I want to share with you to round up with on the mechanisms, these are the mechanisms, right? What I want to round up with is this. So I want to share with you how to secure, let me go back again. I started with this. I said, first thing is what? Security of your capital, right? Security of your capital, security of your capital. Okay. Number 2 is what? Securing your profits. Securing your profits. So I've talked about securing your capital. That's what we just finished now. Securing your capital is simply what? Using the FX calculator to calculate your risk size to make sure that the money that will be taken from capital will not be much. The amount that you can afford to lose, right? The second one now is profits. How do you secure your profits? Secure your profits. Also security of your profits. Now that is simple. So guys, Precious, is it back or any other person? Is anybody willing to share again? And I will need that fast because the time is fast spent. Okay. Any other person? Specialist number. Who's willing to share the screen? Anyone? Anyone willing to share their screen? No one? Okay, let's end the class. If you have any question, can you ask me? We'll continue with that another time. That will be part B. Okay, so questions. Any questions? Questions? All right. In the absence of a question, it's been a good time with you guys. I hope you also have a very good night's sleep. Tomorrow we'll start our training. Use the knowledge you just gotten now. Make sure you follow this knowledge. I don't want to hear anybody complaining, okay? Everybody should be in good hands. We all feel good. Good night, guys. Bye.